I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Good Place After Show. We have Brandon Scott Jones in the house. Yay! Welcome. Guys,
we got the party lights just
I know.
for you.
I was truly ooh, I'm on cash cow.
what's happening? Guys, we have Brandon Scott Jones here. He plays John Wheaton on The Good Place. We are so excited to have you here on the show.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, thank you. We're excited to hear everything you have to tell us all the
I
inside stuff.
I know. I hope I have
juice.
something buzzworthy.
Oh, that was good. I like
Thank
that.
you.
We have Samantha Jacobs.
Hi.
Thank you, Samantha, for being here. She is a true Good Place fan. She knows everything about this show. And my name is Shiksha Mahtani. I'm also your host tonight. And I'm excited to be here talking about The Good Place with you guys. Okay, guys, so let's just quickly talk overall thoughts on the episode. Just one or two sentences, thoughts on the episode. Let's start with Samantha.
It was a good episode. It was fillerish, kind of. It was short. It was kind of flat, but it was good. Like, it was still a good episode. I finally got to see what The Good Place looked like, and my prediction from last week was a little bit right. Like, I predicted last week that The Good Place wouldn't be as good as it seems.
Oh, interesting.
And
Okay.
that's exactly what happened. So, yay me.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. You're good. That's good.
Brandon,
Or maybe that's what they want you to think.
Yes, or
I don't
that.
know. I have no idea.
This show's really good about doing that. So.
Yeah, I don't know. But I genuinely don't know. My thought is Lisa Kudrow.
Yes! Oh
Right?
my goodness. That was such an amazing surprise. I didn't see that coming, but
I know.
she's just fabulous in whatever she's in. So.
Oh my God, she's my dream. Like, she is like the pinnacle.
It would have been
like,
cool if you were in that episode with her.
I truly would, but I will say that one of my best friends is Darcy Carden, and she and I are huge Lisa Kudrow fans, like huge. And when she found out that she was going to be on the show, she told me, and we like geeked out together.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was so
that's so
exciting.
cute.
It was very, very, very
my
cool.
God.
I was very like simultaneously like jealous of her for damn sure, but then also like happy for your good friend. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh my God, you're working with like one of the best comedic actresses ever.
Did you go on set?
I didn't. No, I didn't. No, they as soon as you were done, they were like, "Brennan, you're hanging around too much."
Oh, damn. Get out of here.
Yeah.
That would have been cool, though, to meet her on set,
Oh my
even
God.
if you could have just pretended, you were in the scene. And
I know. That's what I used to do. Just like be like an extra.
have
you
a
know?
room.
Yeah. Or just like like a grip, like working on the lights.
Yeah, exactly. So overall, I actually really liked this episode because in 4 seasons, we've just been guessing as to what The Good Place even is. We thought we'd already seen it, but we hadn't. It's just been a lot of question marks regarding the actual Good Place. And then we saw the door outside The Good Place a couple seasons ago. So to finally see it was awesome, and I'm so glad that they did it. And I especially love that they didn't do it the last finale episode, that they did it now so that we still have 2 episodes to talk about it and figure stuff out. So guys, we're going to be talking about the 3 topics of the night. Will be the 2 Janets. We're going to be talking about Michael being in charge. We will be talking about Patty, which is Lisa Kudrow's character, and of course Chidi and Eleanor, followed by our special segment, which is references. And then we will be talking to Brandon and getting all the inside scoop about the show, followed by predictions. So stay tuned for all of that. So, guys, what did you think about having the 2 Janets on the show, the actual good Janets on the show?
It was kind of a trip because I'm used to seeing a million Janets because the judge was trying to, marbleize them and all that stuff. So to see 2 good Janets.
Yes.
I mean, OG Janet is always going to be the best. But I don't know. It was cool.
When you say OG Janet, do you mean like the very season 1 Janet?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
like I got you. Yeah.
Very first, our love Janet.
Yeah,
the Janet we love.
The Janet
who
we
is
love.
slowly becoming human.
Yeah. Oh,
I
gosh.
love it.
I love it.
Is, though.
She
It's
is.
so cool.
Like, it was so cute when she was like, okay, I'm going to put my hand here. And she's like, I'm going to be born again. Not born. I was like,
Not
yes.
born. Like, not a girl.
Yeah.
Yes. I just, you know what? Darcy Carden is the best. She's amazing. She always, every single Janet that she plays, she really sells it, and it's amazing. So now to see the two Janets, where one is basically a throwback to season 1, the unrebooted Janet, and then you have this one that's gone through so many reboots and has really grown with the team that we love. I thought it was really awesome to see the comparison, right? And I just feel like does Darcy have a lot of fun playing all these different roles?
Oh yeah, I would imagine. So she said something to me like I remember when I did my first episode, we were in the car driving away from set, and she was like, she turned to me at like a stoplight, and she was like, Brandon, this show is literally My Good Place. And I was like, oh my gosh. And she's right. Like, I mean, it's amazing. But like, I think she's just so funny. You know what my favorite Janet is?
Which one?
Is Neutral Janet.
Really?
There's something about the way her face is when she plays Neutral Janet that just makes me laugh so hard.
I like Disco Janet.
Oh my gosh,
Or Bad Janet is amazing.
Bad Janet's amazing too. They're all incredible.
They are. They really are.
Yeah.
Guys, so Michael ended up being in charge of the Good Place. The council tricked him into being in charge. What did you think about that whole situation?
I kind of thought something similar would happen.
Ooh.
You did?
I wasn't shocked. I wasn't like, ooh. But it was good that they did that. You know? Like, I was for it. I was ready for it. I wanted it to happen. I don't know if it's going to flip back on him again.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know if they're going to, force some type of flip. Like, are they going to come back?
Oh,
or
interesting.
Is the
take the
that could be
place
cool. Yeah.
Or the new people that come in are going to start doing something else. Or, I feel like there's still going to be another twist with that control. Because he did give Vicky power. So I don't know if, like, Vicky's going to all of a sudden come here. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking.
Do you think it's interesting, though, that it's a demon that's now running the Good Place? True, it's Michael, and we love him, and he's reformed and all that. But it's still, he was a demon, and...
Yeah, like, doesn't change that he's actually, like, in a skin suit, like, running this thing.
And he's running the Good Place, and all the Good Place people ran away. It's just... I don't know.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It seems a little crazy.
I feel like it circles back to the whole premise of the Good Place. Like, you are becoming mush because everything is just too perfect. And I feel like the people in control of the Good Place are realizing that they can't help themselves. Like, you need diversity. You need, like, challenge to make something succeed. And, like, for Michael to be a demon that became better for the good, that brings a different element or a different version of success, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then even if you look at Vicky, who's now in charge of getting all these people through the process of good or bad, right? The whole new process we talked about last episode, she's also a demon. And it's true, like, even demons can become better people.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's nice. No, I feel like that feels, like, that's...
I don't know. It just feels
hopeful,
a little weird.
Which is nice.
Yeah. I don't know. It was an interesting parallel for me that it was the demons that are growing with these bad people, but all these good people are like...
It goes back to stereotypes. If we relate this to real life and the philosophy of the world, it's like there are people that change, and there are people you think couldn't do something that can. There's ideas out there that you think were bad but are good. Like, there's still... This show is just proving that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
It's like comforting, right?
Yeah.
There's something really nice about it.
This whole show has kind of thrown me in for a loop because of the whole point system and it being so warped and the Good Place being not what we thought it was, and the bad place. I don't know, the whole concept. I don't know how Mike Schur came up with this.
Oh man.
Because
he's a smart guy, though.
Yeah, really smart guy. What was it like working with Mike Schur?
With he was great. He directed my very first episode last season that I was on, and he was just. So basically the way it worked is I showed up and they only gave me my pages. I didn't know what was going on when I first joined the show, and Mike was directing the episode, and he was very, very nice because he had to tell me a lot of what was happening in each scene.
Yeah.
But that was just like the best way to like meet him because he was just so friendly, so kind, so smart, and then just truly like just open and fun and collaborative. I have nothing but amazing. Just like I know him probably the least out of everybody, you know, but I can already tell you that everybody on that set really respected him, and he's just the best.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I really
he's very
love him.
creative.
Oh
which
my
is
gosh,
amazing.
and he's so funny, and yeah, he's just cool.
It's nice to hear that
I want
he's
to
a
be
good
Mike
person.
Schur.
Yeah.
Yes, goals will be accomplished.
I know exactly. 2020.
Yes.
To become Mike Schur.
Yeah.
That's gonna be that's
Should all be all of our goals.
yeah, exactly. That's actually how The Good Place ends. Everyone just turns into Mike Schur.
That would be amazing. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I also don't know. That's I'll put that on my predictions list.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Speaking of the good people, though, in the new Good Place, we did meet Lisa Kudrow, who plays the role of Patty, otherwise known as Hypatia of Alexandra, and it was interesting because she was all mumbled, like mushy in the brain, right? But I was so excited to see her on the show, like we mentioned a little earlier. What did you think about her character and about the whole concept of the good people becoming essentially zombies?
I think she was an amazing cast. Like, that was so spot on. They picked an amazing person, and like that's just who the characters we've seen from her, and that just fit her mold, but was also kind of different, you know? So it was cool to see that she was the one that kind of, or you know what? It was cool to see Chidi geek out about somebody, because everybody geeks out about something or somewhere, and he's never really had that butterfly in his stomach until this moment in time, and he's like, finally there's so somebody that's making him feel all like mumbo jumbo-y, and then he realizes she's all mushy, and so it's like, it's funny, it's a contradiction. I love it.
He was like a little kid. It was so cute to see because he just got really excited. It was awesome. I love that they didn't make The Good Place amazing. And I know that you had already predicted that, but it was an interesting take because I didn't expect that personally, for it to be as warped as it was. Do you think that their solution was a good one, to have a door to leave existence?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Brandon, what do you think?
It's an interesting. I like it just from the concept that like of giving people that choice to do it.
Yes.
That if they can walk through this door and end their existence, like I don't think you've ever really seen that before in anything, where it's just like people already have like eternal life, and then they're choosing to, they can either just like they can stop it whenever they want. All they have to do is just walk through that door. So I think that like sets up like a really like I would, if I would want to, I could watch a whole TV show just about that dilemma of just like ending your life, ending your afterlife. Yeah, exactly. Spin-off. That's what it is. Yeah.
Afterlife.
Yeah,
it's true. It's such a tricky thing, because like, what if you don't want to?
I know.
Then like you do it, and then it's so like, what happens?
Or if someone, or like, how do you like break the news to friends that you're going to do it?
You're just gonna erase yourself from existence.
Yeah,
and that's it.
that's sort of like it's so. This is my favorite thing I love about the show. Even I was like a fan before anything, and when I was watching it, I was like, it deals with such heavy, amazing, thoughtful things in such a fun, digestible, but also like really like thought-provoking way. And it's just like, that's another great dilemma that you would, I love it.
That's true. You know what, let's go ahead and ask you some questions about being on the show.
Sure.
So let's start off with something a little basic. Just what was your favorite part about working with the cast?
My favorite part about working with everybody was so welcoming. I mean, like, so nice, so yes, like it's like I remember when I showed up, it was almost as if like I felt like I had been there for a while, because everyone just was so kind and so genuine. It truly was one of the best things. There's a scene in I think episode 4 of this season where we're all playing Pictionary.
Yes.
And I remember when we shot that scene, it was like late on a Friday night, and it was like a beautiful night out, and we were all like cozied up in this like little like area. And I remember, I think I turned to Darcy and I was just like, I think this might be the happiest I've ever been. Oh. And because I'm not even like kidding you, like it truly is just so lovely. Everyone was just so kind and fun. And I was very excited too, because I had Kirby and Ben, and we were all like fans of the show. And I know Kirby had been on a lot longer than I had, but still felt we all kind of like got to be new together, which is great.
That's so amazing, especially because they had so many seasons beforehand and they were already kind of a family. So that for them to be so open and welcoming, it
was bonkers. Like, I remember thinking to myself, I was like, they do not have to be this nice. And then I was like, oh wait, this isn't a choice for them. Like these are those people. Like it's just it is one of the best experiences, like let alone jobs, but best experiences of my life is being with them. Oh, it was really awesome.
That's so great to hear.
I know. I was like at the wrap party, I was like very emotional, and like I looked around and I was like, oh my god, these people. I've only been there for like less than a year. Yeah. These people have been doing this for 4 years.
Oh my god,
I can't imagine how they felt. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And speaking of good place, what would be in your good place?
What would be in my good place? My good place would be pizza heavy.
Yes!
Yeah, it would be pizza heavy. Specifically, Anna Maria's Pizza on Bedford Avenue in Brooklyn. Oh. Like, that is my favorite slice. Yeah. And so I feel like if I could really get specific and throw my thing, I would do that. And then also my good place would be, you know what? Just like always, like... This is so sad, but just like a nice warm breeze.
Oh yes! Oh,
yes!
You know what I mean? Like it's just like
a boost.
Yes, exactly. It's just like a little bit of a refresher, and it's just like always just a little bit. You know, like that sweet spot in Los Angeles when it just gets like it's gorgeous out, and like that's what I want. That is all I would need, just pizza and a breeze.
That's amazing. Yes. Wait, what about a middle place though?
Oh, a middle, like what would be like my medium place?
Yeah, the medium place.
I guess my medium place would be. I would settle for like cold pizza.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And a brisk breeze. No, I
right in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle. You know what? No, I think my medium place. I feel like I lived in New York for a long time, and I feel like I remember walking out of the house one day. I was like, I think this might be purgatory. Oh, no. Like it was just gray and cold, but it was still like stuff to do. But you were also a little sad about it. That's what I imagine my medium place would be.
Oh my God.
New York City. Even though I love New York, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love New York, but it would be in my medium.
It would be my purgatory, my medium place. Yeah. Also, though, I mean, like wherever Mindy St. Clair is, it's not gonna be that bad of a place.
That's so true.
You know, she's so funny. Almost at the F.
Oh, that's okay. You
that's
can.
Okay.
Oh, you can.
You can. You're allowed.
Whoa, AfterBuzz TV.
A little raunchy here.
I know,
it's okay.
But who was the easiest actor to work with?
The easiest Oh, they were all. I mean, I know I keep talking in these generalities. So I did most of my scenes with Jamila.
Right.
And she talked about somebody who was so welcoming. She was just so.
She's awesome.
Like, So just like friendly and talkative right out of the gate. And then toward the end, I got to do a little more stuff with Will, Harper, and Manny, and I just because it was new, it was like it was so fun. Like they made me laugh so hard.
That's cool.
So that was really great. And then anytime Ted. I was like near Ted in a scene. I would just be like, blink, blink, blink. That's Ted dancing.
Right? Oh, I feel the same way. I'd be like, is this like a mirage?
Yes,
like
I know.
It's
so crazy. Oh my gosh, like so sweet. Like,
what he posts on social media, he just seems like a funny person.
Yeah,
in general, to be around.
Yeah, I know.
Cool.
I was like, please. How do I get him in my life forever? How do we get Ted dancing in our lives?
Never leave me.
I know, exactly. I'm like, I have to work hard. Maybe I'll like work hard to get another show with him and just be like, hi, Ted. Remember me?
Buy him pizza.
Buy him pizza. That's fine.
Pizza.
Yeah, that is like my offering when it comes to like friends and so forth.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong at all.
I know you mentioned that Darcy was your best friend, or is currently.
No, we had a horrible falling out.
And
don't.
I want to know, like, because The Good Place talks a lot about like morals and gives like you see a lot of encouragement and advice. Who on the set has given you an amazing like one-liner or something of advice.
Like an actual piece of advice.
It doesn't have to be Darcy necessarily, but
no. Oh yeah, no. I mean, it probably would be her. She was just so. It meant a lot for me to be there with her, and like I remember, when I wrapped my character totally. She was there, and I got a chance to give her a hug, and it meant a lot because she's so good as a person, and she's already my friend, but she's really great at making you feel very comfortable. And I think that so much of like when you're like an actor like me and like nobody knows who you are or anything like that, like you can feel really nervous when you're looking around being like, oh, not only is this a show that I already loved, but that, to have somebody sort of like help integrate you into that world. You just kind of the biggest lesson wasn't necessarily like a one-liner, but it was more like actions speak louder than words, and just like be welcoming, be kind, and like put that karma out there.
Were you guys friends beforehand then?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we were. So the show necessarily wasn't like how we became. We've known each other for a very long time in New York City. We did comedy together.
Wow.
And so, but it's been cool to watch her, and then just like to see like somebody like. Oh, like, here's a little, like, nugget of advice that Kristen Bell gave me. Or, like, she didn't give it to me, but she just sort of said it one time. She was like, what was it? It was something about making sure you know your lines. And it was just a very practical thing where she was like, oh, yeah, don't be, like, late to set and then not know your lines. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Yes. I wasn't that She wasn't, like, reprimanding me, but no. But, yeah, no. She was just, I don't know. And she's just really cool. Like, you kind of just, like, I got a chance to watch, like, season 4 of a show behind the scenes and see a cast that really loves each other, and I get to see a crew that really, like, loves working with each other, and everybody sort of coming together. So I got a chance to really just, like, learn, like, oh, this is what the best experience sort of looks like. Yeah.
Just going off of the advice thing, what advice do you wish you had been given when you first started out?
When I first, that, you know what? It's, the advice would be to trust your gut.
Okay.
Which is weird, and because it's still something I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, it's valid.
And that to be kind to yourself, and because there's a lot of like in this industry, in every industry, in every situation that you're in. And I think the show talks about this a little bit. There's opportunities to sort of like criticize who you are and how you feel. And I think that to know that other people are still going through that. Yeah. And so like to be a little bit kinder and to yourself.
I love that.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. I think it's hard. I wonder sometimes too, it's just like, even if somebody would have said that to me at like, even at 20, I probably would have been like, But like, you don't really like process it until you kind of like, you see it.
Well, they say like the 30s is the new 20s, like and all that stuff. But I saw this thing on Instagram, and it was like, let's shout out to the people who like had 2 kids and still went after their dream.
Yeah.
Like the Tarajis and stuff that like still made it up. Like, would that advice that you just said still, or do you have other advice for people who are a little bit older and want to try to make it in this industry? I know a lot of people are like 25. That's it. I can't do anything anymore.
Oh, that's so
And like that's just the mindset that's been ingrained in artists.
Oh yeah, no, it's interesting. Yeah, like that is a young person's world, right? I don't think that's true at all. And I think that if you are maybe older than maybe what you think is the right age, the correct answer is that there's no right age. Right. There's no right time to start. The only right time to start doing the thing you want to do is right now. But like for me, like I felt like I got a later start in everything as well. I'm a late bloomer. I've always been a late bloomer, and that's okay. So if you're, in your 30s or your 40s or your 50s, whatever, and you're thinking, oh, I think I want to do this, then if you do it, then that's the only way it'll happen. If that makes sense.
True.
Yeah.
And there's always a part. There's like,
always a part if you're an actor.
Every age is being touched on. It's not like nobody is in one pigeonhole.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of and just like if you want to be an actor, if you want to be a writer, like imagine your life experience is always going to be yours, and you can bring that.
That's so true.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
that. Okay, we need to move on to predictions now.
Oh, please do, yeah.
Running out of time here.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a little long-winded. I hope that's okay.
We love it.
You're amazing. Don't
stop.
worry.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV
predictions. All right. Can you tell us what you think?
Can I tell you what I don't, I can say that I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I really don't. No, I mean, even if I think I do, I kind of don't.
Okay.
But the only reason I know, here's what I can tell you that I do know, is that I know of one scene just because I happened to be around and on set that day.
Okay.
What I was doing, I was just serving food, but I was catering. So that's really all. So I have no actual predictions for what's going on. Okay. I wish I could kind of give you a juicy tidbit or any type of teaser, but I was not given the
Dang
script.
it. All right. Well, we'll just have to make guesses on our own.
Yeah. I'm going to guess. Sean will do something super nice and good.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, wait,
yes.
That's a good prediction. I'm going to make that too. I truly don't know anything that's going on. Yeah, but I was like, I want to see that.
And then everyone turns into Michael Schur.
Yes, and everyone turns into Michael Schur.
Oh, that definitely has to happen. Yes. That definitely has to happen.
Yeah.
Damn, now what do I say? Well, okay, so I'm really hoping to see the new characters. Mm-hmm. So we have John and Simone and Brent that we have just not seen at all for the last 2 or 3 episodes, I think. Mm-hmm. Which sucks because I've said this before, but we spent so much time learning your characters and falling in love with your characters that it's like, where are they?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, maybe he'll pop up. Maybe John will pop up again.
You better.
I don't know.
I need my gossip buddy.
I don't know. What'd you say? Yeah.
I need my gossip buddy.
I know, right? Yeah. There you go. I gotta get.
Come on, tell us all.
I know. I wish I had some sort of insight.
So I really hope to see those characters, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't have any. I really do hope that it would be cool if Sean with Michael run The Good Place. That'd be cool.
Oh, like they worked as a team?
Yes.
That'd be
really
great.
Cool. Yeah.
I would love that.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Brandon, can you tell us where they can find you on social media?
Oh, right. I'm Brandon Scott Jones on Instagram and Brandon SJ on Twitter.
Cool.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
You can find me on Nancy Drew, which is coming up next, and at Instagram at @story_of_Samantha.
And you can find me, Shiksha Mahtani, aka Bollygirl, on all social media platforms at I am Bollygirl, where you can find all kinds of Bollywood news, all kinds of news about the 6 after shows I'm on. So make sure to check it out. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you, guys. Let's see.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.